Hi guys, my name is Mark and today we're talking about the lethal gaming pad SATURN. Basically the number one artisan FX zero competitor on the market. Let's go. I know I'm late with this review, most people already reviewed it. Nearly everyone who is very good in doing mousepad reviews, and most of them, or basically everyone, likes it a lot. I have it, I don't know, since 3 months maybe. Lethal Gaming sent it out to me with there's other pads, with the Mercury, with the Venus and with the Jupiter. And yeah, our problem is we don't have much time these days because my YouTube man is also working full-time again because of his degree he need to make. And this is a little bit like, yeah, we only have limited volume, but now I really want to make it because I like those, well, I like Lethal Gaming and communicated a lot with him in the last time, so I think we need to do it. I've done it in German, and when I do it in German, I need to do it in English also, because that's how I do it. And let's start it. Most of you guys maybe know Lethal Gaming. This is basically it's a shop who's selling a lot of different gear over there in the North America. They have a very good shop. It's based on Shopify. You can choose your language, and basically if you can choose your language, he can deliver to you. Sometimes it's a little bit expensive, and you may also have to pay extra fees for customs and other stuff. But basically, if you want something from here, you can get it. And shop looked really clean. We saw it. We went on the webpage and we thought, oh, wow, that shop is good made, man. Honestly, I've never wear before the review on the page. Didn't even know it's so good. And today we basically talk about one of his 4 pads. The other 4 pads will follow in single reviews with comparison to other pads. And today we compare my 2 Artisan Zeros I have. That's the FX, not the Classics, guys. And if you're not telling me, but there's a new Surface. I don't know about the new Surface of the FX series. If there's a new Surface, I try to get it, and maybe I do another review then. But I played this one, the X Soft, a very long time, and we will show you a small picture of how it looks like down here after I played it for 3 weeks. That's what we're doing right now. And there you can see the down usage is for the super high Japanese quality, very high for 3 weeks of playing 6 to 8 hours Valorant every day. I really enjoyed to play it. The only thing what was like kind of distracting for me or annoying on longer play terms was that the friction or the feeling in general on my forearm when I played it for long term was like, made me tired or make my aim tired. So the aim factor felt way high, or let me say this way, the resistance of the pad felt like it raises over time, because when you get tired, you know, and you still need the same force and energy to move your arm and to hit your shots, it's kind of hard then. After I switched it to some pads which were a little bit different, I went over to Corsair 250 CS 5mm, then to the 350 CS. And after I went to the 200 Pro, which is 6mm but coated, because the Pro had a better glide for me, which was basically most important for me whilst I was playing Valorant. And honestly, I put out this pad here, the Lethal, the SATURN, in those 49 by 41, which is a very common size, which is basically a little bit smaller than a little bit like 1 or 2 centimeters smaller than Artisan. But to be honest, if I would have this back in the days instead of my Artisan, I would have played it for way longer time, and I would never have bought or played the Corsair pads. Not gonna lie. I tell you now why. The first thing is the awesome quality. We talked about the size already and about the box. I show you the box again. Here's the box. The box in general is very high quality. It's pretty thick. It's good made. You can repack your pad here. It's sure it's rolled, but to be honest, it's fairly big. I know companies who send bigger pads in smaller boxes and roll them way more. Quality is high, surface feels nice. I know he hired someone to make this graphic on it. It's very clear. You have a field where you can touch it. Every information you need is on the box. They say surface pad is rough and mid-abrasive towards sensitive skin. Honestly, I have no idea how this pad is abrasive to anyone's skins, and it feels pretty nice for me. Yeah, and I'm a fat guy with like a soft skin, you know, so it's cool, and I have a lot of hair and no hairs in the pad. Would I do this here with my Zero Soft Artisan, I would lose a lot of hairs, and then after like 3 weeks it looks like this part of my arm is burned because the hairs are like out or just rubbed down. I had this already and yeah, then guys, it's time to wear a sleeve. Maybe you just wear a sleeve always. And here it says natural rubber, who made the design. That's very good, guys. And in general, if I just have those two pads, I put the mid away, guys. Okay, if I have the two pads laying close to each other, I have to say, just by how it looks, when you look the surface, the structure, they're looking pretty equal. You would say, yeah, that's a zero clone. But honestly, that's more than a zero clone. It's like a little step ahead, forward, and evolved. So the next evolution, Evo 1, Evo 2 of a zero, in my opinion. Because one thing why I stopped playing was the glide, I told you already. And when you glide over, it's like the friction is higher here on the zero, and on the lethal, the glide friction, or in general the friction, is lower, but the glide feels way more controllable and way more enjoyable, smoother, and feels also like the Zero feels rougher and the Saturn feels a little bit softer. And then when you get a little bit closer and look, you can see that it looks like the structure, the surface, is a little bit tighter made. So basically what Lethal may have done here is that he just hired the amount or the weight per square centimeter, which means there are more fibers or more woven stuff on a square centimeter compared to the Artisan. Which advantages does it give to him? At first, he has a better glide, but still entertains or still keeps a very good start and stop feeling, start and stop point. Because one problem is when you get too much too much weaving, too much surface on 1 square centimeter, so it gets too heavy on 1 square centimeter, it also gets slow then. It's like, it can feel like, how do you guys say? You say muddy, it can get muddy, but this pad is not muddy. It's very controlled, very linear, and always static, or basically equal in the static and dynamic friction feeling. And that's pretty good. Even if I use different types of glass glides, standard glides from Final, or those Venza glides, which you also can buy here at Lethal, it feels awesome, guys. And the glide is fast. And to be honest, the glide, even when fast, feels more controlled than on the Zero X-Soft, for example. And that's the step which gives, in my opinion, the Saturn the reason or the advantage over the Zero. Another one is that here on the page where they say it's 490 by 410 or 500 by 500 for pre-order, they say it's only 4 millimeter. I measured this with my German tool with the mesh sheaver, and I just can say you it's everywhere 4.5, and it's a little bit thicker in general than the X-Soft. And as you know, the mid is always roughly, so the Artisan Zero mid is always roughly 3.4 or 3.6 millimeters. So in general, this one is the thicker pad, and you also can see it when you have them laying close to each other. Another thing is that the stitching of the edges is, Yeah, it looks a little bit broad, so it looks like it's way too thick, but it isn't, because it is soft and it's very even to the surface itself. So you can't even feel that there is, or the stitching of the edge begins. There's no point which will give you the feeling that you are at this, because it's, when you go over there with the finger, it's so minimal that no one will ever notice this, to be honest. And it looks awesome. On Artisan, for the super high quality, I never understood how they can make such ends of the stitching, which looks like shit, to be honest. Yeah. And if I compare the lethal pad, also my pad, not lethal, not my pad, but the pad I made, we found companies, Lethal found this one in Taiwan, which make awesome edges, awesome edge stitching, where you can't even see that there is, it's here, where you can't or hardly see where the stitching ends and starts again, the point. And it's very tight made. It's very good in quality, but it's not hard. So the edge is soft and high quality. It's one of the best I've ever seen, to be honest. And I was very impressed. Also on the other pads, I'm very impressed. Then we come to another point, how it sticks on the desk. You know, I have a very slippery CAD desk. If I would put the mid on it, it would just looks like it's swimming on my desk. That's the X-Soft. Now you say, yeah, wait, make it wet, whatever. Guys, I made everything okay. Wet, 2 fingers wet, all the stuff, guys. It will never hold here. I need to post strip it with some tesa, then it holds. And then you have the lethal pad. It's like, it's just sticking, guys. That's it. You don't need Poron, which is patented in Japan. You don't need special layers to get a good pad. And yeah, it's super cool. The sponge is the best in the world. Sure, Poron is maybe awesome, but to be honest, the way they've done this, it's also like the Puro Plus. It's not sticking on every desk, guys. Keep this in mind. And stuff like this, those just standard rubber back, anti-slip rubber back based, is very good. And as the pads get a little bit thicker, like 4, 5, 6 millimeter, this one gets even better. The reason is it can go deeper into the used rubber base, so into the sponge. That's one real big advantage of using a thicker pad, and that's awesome. It will stick everywhere. It's like my Walhaut, it's also sticking on every desk, and it's holding. Even people who had equal pads say that my pad is more sticky. And I see this here on the SATURN, it's super sticky, it's super enjoyable, it has a super glide, even with stock skates and with anything else. So, guys, if you have the chance to pick up a zero or lethal SATURN, go with the 500 by 500 lethal SATURN. I can tell you it's an awesome pad, and in my opinion it outplays the Artisan. Just from my opinion. If you don't think so, it's okay. If you love your zero over everything else, I can understand. For me, the SATURN is the better pad. A lot of people hyped it a lot, and they are right. It's awesome, guys. It's an awesome pad. I want to say thank you, by the way, for Lisa Gaming for sending me all these pads. And I also want to say sorry to make this review this late. But I told you already after some days that all your pads are basically awesome, and they are outstanding, or there's nothing really comparable on the market. And it's just true, guys. Maybe I bring it to Europe, or maybe I can bring it to Europe. I hope so. Thanks for watching this so far. Even if you're not from Europe and you just want to see my English channel or me talking English. If you have any question, put it down in the comments below. If I forgot about anything, I just forgot about the prices. I think for you guys in the States, I think Lethal is better anyway, because it's only here, for us it's 32 euro, for you it's like 29 US dollar or something, I think, and shipping over there is also cheaper. If you get it to Europe, guys, you're roughly at the same price like ordering Artisan Zero, but then for the same price you get a 500 by 500. Go with the Lethal, believe me, you will have way more fun with it. So guys, thanks for watching, see you on the next video, bye.